We are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports War. I am your host, Brian Barnaby. And let's just say the boys are back in town.
She got away, know what I say? She can't choke, she don't know what to do.
She's gotta go. Bye. I know that you love this flow. We just chillin', we just villains. We just chillin', we some villains.
I love it up, get the ammo and I stick it up. I ride with shots on the top of shots. I bust the clip and I let it dip. I make it poof, make it explode. Touch your toes, hit your nose. Can you touch your toes?
Oh, what's up, everybody? Happy Thursday. Welcome to another live episode of the Sports Port. I am your host in for Brian Barnaby for the very last time now. Tony, we are here joined by Grasso, as always, looking fly in the t-shirt. Love to see it. And of course, also as always, we have main Magic Mike behind the switchboard. What do you got for me today, Mike?
Hello, world.
Oh, there it is, dude. And we are also joined for the first time in a while.
I didn't even know he was like around.
I thought he was done, like building desks and whatnot.
Yeah.
We have Gino Knows calling in. Hi, Gino, right there, bud?
I'm here. I'm alive. I am ready to talk sports. I'm sorry I haven't been here in a while, but I'm in a new market. I gotta get things to take care of right now.
A lot more important things than us to take care of and to deal with.
There's no dirty laundry in the background. We like
that.
You
got a nice clean apartment.
No dirty laundry in the background.
No, nice mirror.
A nice mirror. You can look at yourself.
Yes. Well, this will be the last time this is the background because my office is almost done.
So, yeah? So you're getting like a desk or something?
Yeah,
is there like building it for you right now?
Or you're doing it by yourself?
There is a desk being built right now by my lovely wife, Christina. She is, I think she's completed it.
What a saint.
Have you completed the desk? She said she's done with me. So yes. I'm done with the desk.
That was quick, dude.
Quick marriage.
Oh, man. All right, let's get into it. I guess for the second day in a row now, we're going to be starting with the National Basketball Association.
The Bulls got LeBron James at the buzzer. He banks in the three, and the Lakers win the game.
Wow, dude. So our first game on the docket here is Atlanta against Washington. Atlanta won last night. 120.
Hold on.
116. Real quick.
Hello, world.
Ryan Barnaby. Head back to JFK. About to head back to JFK.
Chapman and Cole for MVP. About to head back to JFK, ready to bring it tomorrow, he's saying.
Oh, he's about to fly. Okay. Yeah, I thought maybe. Yeah, okay.
See, I told you he's about this.
I thought he was like, I'm going to go back to JFK to leave again forever, go back to Aruba. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Dude, Barnaby, we miss you, dude. We wish you have a safe flight. Can't wait to have you back tomorrow, dude. Can't wait, dude. I'm tired of being with you. I need bars. I hate it, dude. It sucks. Anyway, so as I was saying, the Hawks won last night. I'm pretty sure I was going to predict that one, but what do I know? Yeah. Westbrook, 34 points, 15 assists, 5 boards.
I think I said Atlanta, no?
I thought you said Washington. I thought you both said Washington.
No, you said Barnes said Washington.
Barnes said Washington. I'm Atlanta because I wanted them to win.
Oh. Whatever. I was still right, too. Okay.
I think I picked Washington. Atlanta.
So Mike and I were right, I guess. Whatever. Trae Young, 33 points, 9 assists, 8 boards. Capella was 7 for 7 from the field with 7 points, 11 boards. I'm going to start with Grasso here, our NBA specialist.
Oh,
right? You like that?
Fancy
dude?
title.
Yeah, man.
Now I got to act like I really know what I'm talking about.
Oh, come on. You do. What did you see from last night?
Well, I saw the Wizards, I think, I don't know what they shot in the last couple of minutes, but they didn't make a field goal in the last few minutes of the game and completely blew it. And I don't know, they don't play any defense. So it's been the Wizards' struggle for however long Bradley Beal's been on the team, the past 10 or so years. They're good on offense. They stink on defense. So they're going to struggle. And that's what happened last night.
Do you think they can make any adjustments on D, or you don't see that happening at all?
No, they could adjust some players, maybe get guys like Davis Bertans, who can only shoot threes off the court because he can't play any defense whatsoever. But no, I mean, besides like a roster overhaul, this is an offensive-based team. And they got outshot last night, especially in the final 2 minutes of the game.
Gino, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, it's basically Grasso said everything that needs to be said about this. The Wizards brought it offensively, but they couldn't bring it defensively, which is typically, like Grasso said, what is the problem with this team? Obviously, Westbrook going off as he always does. He's been kind of on a tear recently, obviously breaking the record recently. And then now 34 points in this one with 15 assists. But they're not – I mean, they're getting the offense from other areas, but, again, defensively, they're just not there. So it's got to defend the paint a little better probably. They didn't turn the ball over. Again, offensively, it's been great. It's about, figuring it out on the other side of the ball.
Yeah, you would have really liked to see Westbrook, after getting all this praise for all of his triple-doubles and all the other accolades he has, kind of finish out a game, close it, and win it for his team. And he just bricked everything coming down the stretch. It was kind of disappointing to see from him, but
which has been the thing for his – yeah, about to say, exactly, the story of his career.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Last night, the Celtics also played the Cavs last night. They lost 102-94, which allowed the Knicks to clinch the top 6. Mike is disappointed.
No. That's for
still figuring out the soundboard.
No. That was for the Celtics botching it.
Tatum had 29 points, 8 boards. Celtics shot 29% from 3. Kevin Love had 30 points, 14 rebounds. And, I mean, we can kind of see – I guess the question now here is if the Celtics kind of do anything in the playoffs without Brown. What do you guys think?
No.
A big fat no?
No.
Maybe they win a single game, but
Houdini.
Come on, this is like 5 games in a row I think they've lost. They're sitting at 500 or 50% right now. It's kind of sad, really. I mean, we saw them surge, get hot for a little bit with Tatum leading the run, but yeah, now they're falling back off, and it's like, what's this team doing again? It's kind of disappointing to see.
Yeah, they've lost their last 4 and 5 of the last 6. Tatum's playing well, but they don't have enough around him without Brown. I mean, their starters other than him combined for 25, 40 points. So normally that's not a good sign when you're only the other stars are only outscoring you by 11 points. They don't have enough without Brown. And, I think they'll probably get out of the play-in tournament, which I'm still very confused on how that's working and who comes out of that. But
it seems to be a lot of people. Even Barnes wasn't really sure how it works either.
It's just stupid. The 7th seed is the 8th seed, and the winner of that game gets the 7th seed. And then the loser of that game plays the winner of 9 and 10.
Okay.
And then
the winner of
9 and 10 has to beat the loser of 7 and 8 twice to get the 8th seed. It's stupid.
Oh, that is kind of stupid.
It just makes sense just to do like 7, 10, 8, 9, and then those 2 teams make it and then battle it out for I feel like that would be a much easier scenario.
That's what we thought was going to happen. But, they like to switch it up.
Interesting.
So who knows? I don't know. I mean, looking at the standings in terms of who will be in that 7 through 10 battle. I mean, listen, we've talked about this Wizards team and how they don't play defense, but they score a lot of points. And if the Celtics have an off night, or if they can get past the Pacers and the Celtics can pass the Hornets, it's not unrealistic that the Celtics don't get out of the play-in tournament in that case. So obviously they have to beat the Hornets, who obviously have a lot of talent on their side of the ball, a lot of younger talent. Recently they've been kind of up and down. They're 3-3 in their last 6, but I just don't know, other than Tatum, what this Boston Celtics team brings, and that's a question that is probably not a good question to have going into the playoffs.
No, and they have zero size on this roster too. They have no depth whatsoever. So Charlotte, Indiana, Washington. They could all beat Boston. Especially
I think Indiana, out of those 4 teams, Indiana, while they're the 9th seed right now, I don't know what they are if they can move up from that. They can move up above that, but that it's not unrealistic that they come out of here as the 7th seed, I don't think, if they get into the 7-8 game. I don't think it's unrealistic that they come out of here and they're in the 9th spot right now. So we'll see.
They're probably the most complete team on that list.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. 100%.
Mike, you were saying something, dude?
If you combine the Cavs and Celtics, it'd be a good team.
Oh,
really
do that.
good.
Just merge them.
Yeah, just for the
It's a
play-in. You might as well
merger.
try it for this year.
But who is? Well, yeah. I guess the Cavs have more size.
Yeah, exactly. They
Would
give them the
love
big
to
men.
play.
Yeah.
Colin Sexton come off.
Let's go, baby.
Jared Allen, right? Jared Allen's on that team too.
Jared Allen. That's what I'm saying. That'd be
Oh,
solid.
So yeah, we were
Darius
kind of
Garland.
what were you saying, Gino?
I was just saying I miss Darius Garland. He's hurt. him and Colin Sexton.
But we were talking about how confusing this whole playing thing is. Do you think it's just owners kind of try to have more games and kind of get more money sort of deal, or
It's entirely money grab.
a permanent money grab?
Everything's about
Every time they expand the playoffs, the answer is for more money.
Money.
Yeah.
Because
Because think about it keeps teams in it longer, which means fans are more engaged longer, which means they're watching and they're going to games longer. And then if they get playoff revenue, they get playoff revenue from that. So it's all money.
and these games are all going to be televised. So
right.
there's that TV money.
Yeah.
True. All right, moving on to our next game. Last night, James Harden, dude, the Harden man, dude, returns for the Nets. They win 128-116 over the Spurs. I know Mike is pumped to see Harden coming hot.
Yeah.
Barnes probably is not.
No.
Can't wait for Mike to tell Barnes I told you so tomorrow.
Yeah.
I
Can't wait either.
But,
How do you feel, Barnes?
points, 11 assists, 7 boards.
Yeah.
In 26 minutes off the bench, right? So, I mean, those are good numbers to put up with that amount of time he was in. I got to start with Mike on this one. How pumped are you, dude?
I mean, I just love it because everything Barnes said is wrong.
Dude, the poor man isn't even here to defend himself. Dude.
Yeah, I know. Barnes is furious, right? I would imagine we're going to see some comments pop up from him shortly if he's still on here.
Still on here. But I mean, dude, it's exactly what even Gross and I were talking about. Like, these guys are just hoopers. And even Harden said it. He's thinking how we're thinking. He's like, I don't know if you know this, but I'm pretty damn good at
this game.
Right? So when someone has that mentality, he could be 50 pounds eating chicken wings and still get a triple-double on these dudes on this court.
Easy.
So I don't care. And I'm worried if I'm the Lakers. Are you kidding me? They're not doing anything as this team. I'm telling you that right now. This is over. This team is like this. It's over.
Yeah, seeing Harden come back like that was just. I mean, it looks like hasn't missed any time. He's been out over a month now. Yeah, I mean, these guys are hoopers. They're gonna play. Little injury's not gonna bother them. They're gonna be fine.
So, since Harden obviously being out has hurt them again in the facilitating aspect of the game too. He was there. Like the last person to have double-digit assists in a game for them was back in April 29th when Durant did it against Indiana. But I mean, Harden, I like I said, like I keep saying, I think Harden is the kind of the piece that brings them all together. The facilitator, the guy that when he's on the court, he is they just play so well together. And obviously injuries are a question. There's no guarantee that LeBron and AD play the entire playoffs either. There's no guarantee that James Harden plays the entire playoffs, Kevin Durant, Kyrie. All these guys are dealing with injury problems. So there's no guarantee that any of these guys, and who knows, that changes the spectrum of everything if any of those guys go down. But I think Harden is probably the most important player to this Nets team. And having him back, and if he can stay healthy, I think that's just it makes them a significantly better team.
Yeah, right. And every year, come playoff times, there's always star players dealing with injuries. They've just played the 82 games or whatever it was this year, 70 or something like that. But yeah, like we touched on this a couple days ago on this program. When Durant and Kyrie are out there, they just have a hard time getting everyone else involved. And last night, 8 players on the Nets were in double figures with Harden coming back. So, I mean, it just kind of the stats speak for itself in that category.
I mean, also, go ahead, Mike.
No, you can go. Well, that wasn't Mike. It was me.
Oh,
you can,
I'm looking at stats. No, I was just going to say after Harden came over, I mean, just looking from an assist perspective, I mean, Harden, if you just go down the list from like the entire year until he gets injured, he basically leads this team in assists almost every single game. So, like you said, it's ridiculous. He's getting double-digit assists every game. It's just he gets everybody involved, and if they have him, it's I mean, Landry Shamet had 21 points last night. I think
dude, Mike D'Antoni made that offense for him in Houston. Bless you, by the way. Made that offense for him based off of Steve Nash and his success in that offense, and he's like a Nash on steroids, basically. So. I mean, and then Nash is your coach. Like he's just trusting him and is like, dude, you got the green light for any decision making.
I feel like Harden's got so many haters out there, like people that just don't like his game and stuff like that. And I think he's going to prove all of them wrong in this postseason. He's got teammates now, like actual good teammates.
Yeah.
Show the kind of player that he really is. He's like, unselfish.
He's not 20 years old in the finals
with
those types of teammates. That was the last time he had 2 elite stars were puppies.
Yeah.
They were just all puppies.
And I mean, wouldn't you say that he's proven people wrong already? I mean, I think when he came over to the Nets, I myself was saying, I'm not sure it's going to work because he seems like he's a ball hog and likes to be on the ball a lot. But I mean, I think he's proven a lot of people wrong, just even in the regular season. But again, as we say so many times, as is the reason maybe not Barnes, but we are not so great in the Bucks. He's got to do in the playoffs. So we'll see if he can do it in the playoffs.
Yeah, I guess, Barnes can kind of put his input on there tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think Barnes is coming so hot tomorrow, dude. Like, he's just been he's probably been taking notes from every episode this past week. He wants to talk about it, and he's just going to
and Mike
explode on the show.
On Tuesday, you said,
I don't know what you were thinking.
My favorite one is when he's like sitting there and he's like, and then he goes into it
saying some shit.
Yeah, just making him mad.
Can we get back to the sports?
Yeah, get back to the sports.
My
favorite is the banging of the laptop, dude. It's just at any point, it's just boom. And I don't even know how his laptop still works. I really don't.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that tomorrow.
Hammer fit, dude.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on and let's preview some Thursday night games, dude. Got 3 games you want to preview here. First game for tonight, we have Spurs at Knicks at the Garden. Love to see it. The Spurs have lost 7 of their last 9 games.
About to be 8 of 10.
About to be 8 of 10. The Knicks could jump to the 4 seed,
which they will,
with the win and some help elsewhere, which Mike seems pretty confident. And I guess, again, I'm going to start with Mike because he's our Knicks specialist.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a Dubsky. Coming off a
Dubsky.
I guess
I've heard Dubsky.
It's a winning phrase. Anyway, so the Spurs are, as we said, declining, and the Knicks are on the rise. We just clinched our first playoff berth since 2013, and we're coming off a tough loss, which if there's moral victories, I mean, we did lose to the champs, and we did lose to some tough teams in the West Coast trip, and we came out 500, so they're going to be coming out hot. They're happy to be back in the Garden. They love playing in the Garden. They love their fans. I mean, some people don't.
Like who?
There's some people that don't. The
Who?
ones that get the yips, bud.
Name them.
Name them?
Name them,
so
dude.
many people that come to the Garden and get the yips.
Go on.
I'm telling you to.
Telling me.
Because I don't want to right now. I'm talking Knicks right now. I'm not talking about yips.
You brought up the yip. What are
No,
you
because
talking
you
about,
brought
dude?
it up.
What?
So anyway, this is an easy win. And then what has to happen elsewhere? The Heat have to lose?
I don't know, Gino. What else has to happen?
The Heat would have to lose for them to take the 4th spot. Yeah.
Guess what's going to happen? A double whammy loss. Grand finale. Knicks 4 seed. Let's go, baby.
Philly can help you out.
Well,
Yeah. I'm rooting for them.
but I mean, obviously, the Knicks wouldn't be able to wrap up the 4th seed until the last game of the season.
Okay, Dad.
All right, dude.
Just saying.
But actually,
Don't want you to get too excited.
I am because it's already
dude.
already in the stars.
Mike's excited, dude. Everyone loves playing at the Garden, dude.
Not everyone.
Everyone loves the Garden.
A pretty good segue to our next preview game. We have Sixers at the Heat tonight, dude. And the Sixers could go 2 clear with 2 to play over Nets with a win. Philly won 8 in a row before their loss to Pacers the other night. So, Barnes would say, sometimes you're on a hot streak. You need that one loss to kind of reset yourself.
There you go.
Excuse me, dude. Yeah, allergies season, whatever.
Do you need water?
No, actually, I have water.
Okay, good.
Thanks, bro.
Also,
You sure?
Always here.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get through this, and then I'll drink it. And of course, we have Grosso here, big Sixers fan. What do you want to see here tonight, dude?
I want to see Joel Embiid get the ball down low and just make barbecue chicken out of Bam Adebayo. Bam,
Yeah.
I think he's a Defensive Player of the Year candidate, but he's just too small for Joel Embiid. I mean, just put the 2 guys next to each other, and
And you'll see.
you'll see it when he's trying to guard him. You kind of saw it when he was struggling with Anthony Davis in the finals last year, but they need to just force the ball down low. That's the one thing the Heat will struggle with on defense is protecting at the rim, blocking shots. Bam does a great job for his size, but Embiid's got to get it down low and just dominate. I want to see Simmons aggressive, attacking, but Miami is tough at home. So, I mean, I think this is going to be a close game, but Philly should come out on top.
Yeah, I agree.
Gino?
Yeah, I would agree too. I mean, Old Deep obviously, out for the season now, hasn't been with them for a while. I don't know if they have enough to compete with this Philly team. I just think that, I think that the battle, I think Bam versus Joel Embiid is going to be a good battle, but the Sixers have too many other pieces that I think can hurt this Miami team. And I mean, it'll probably be, I'd say probably a 10-point game in favor of the Sixers in this one.
And I think this is a game, the 76ers could be coming out here trying to prove like we're better than the rest of the Eastern Conference, whereas Miami can be coming out trying to prove like we're just as good as these top teams in the East too. So I think both teams are going to be playing for something tonight.
Yeah, no. And that's the thing. I don't think it's going to be as much of a blowout or whatever as anyone thinks. I think it's going to be a really tough game. And honestly, I could see the Heat pulling it out, especially if those shooters get hot, dude. Like you can't turn them off. You know what I mean? So, but I do see Joel making a man out of Bam.
Big money.
Making a man.
And the other thing is,
make a man.
the other thing is, even if those guys get going on the perimeter, I feel like the Sixers defense is good enough to adjust. Like, I mean, we've seen it before where they trap or pressure the ball as soon as it comes across, trap those guys who are typically good 3-point shooters. So I would think that the Sixers probably handle business tonight.
Oh, they handle business.
Handle their business.
Handle the business. So I guess everyone's picking Sixers here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
These are the tied for the second best defenses in the East, behind none other than the Knicks.
Oh, things are looking up for the Knicks too, dude. If the Heat win, look at that, dude. Mike is so pumped. All right, let's preview our last game for tonight. We have Blazers at Suns. The Blazers need a win to stay above water and play in the battle for the play of in the exception, right? The Blazers have won 9 of their last 10, though. A loss would put the Suns 2 back from the Jazz with 2 to play. I guess we'll kind of see if that'll maybe even clinch the Jazz. But Gino, what do you want to see here? What do you think?
Blazers are going to win. It's got to be Blazers, right?
Yeah, I think the Blazers are just more.
Doesn't have to be.
Well, is Mitchell playing tonight? No, right?
No, they're playing the Suns.
The Suns, bud.
Wrong person. Wrong team. I was thinking of them playing the Jazz last night. Wait, never mind. In that case,
they won.
The Suns. It's going to be a battle. Dame probably is going to go off again, would be my guess. I mean, he seems to light it up this time of year. Every single game he steps out. It's going to be a matter of if those role players can contribute. But Chris Paul is the MVP of the league, so
Yes, sir. I agree.
I don't know. I think the Blazers have a little bit more to play for, so maybe that desire will fuel them to win here. So
they seem a really cohesive unit.
They've been playing really well recently.
You like that word?
Yeah, it's a big word, dude. I like that.
Cohesive.
Right now.
That's what I'm saying.
I think the Blazers are going to come out on top too. Big night from Dame. He's one of those guys that just, if the game has any meaning to it, he's coming out hot. Like Dame is that he's ready for that moment. So yeah, I think and the Suns have they haven't been struggling per se, but they've lost some games that they probably should have won over these past couple weeks. And
well, here's the thing though with the Suns is if you win tonight, right, you keep the battle for that 1 seed alive, because if you're whoever's in that 2 seed, you don't want to be the 2 seed, right? Because you're probably in that case going to play. I mean, there's a chance you're going to play the Lakers.
Yeah,
and to play LeBron and AD in the first round of the playoffs seems like ridiculous. So maybe they come out. I don't know. Maybe they come out hot and try and keep it alive for that 1 seed. It would put them 1 game back with 2 to play. So I don't know. I'm going to go with the Suns tonight. To be different, I'm going to go with the Suns.
I'm rooting for the Suns, but I think the Blazers are going to come out on top here.
Mike, Blazers, right?
Yeah, and I'm just more buckets for Melo.
More buckets for Melo. Mike is a special place in his heart for Melo, don't you, dude?
It's actually very special.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Where
Melo.
is it? Which part of the heart? Which artery?
Part of the heart, yeah, the left ventricle or
Yes.
what, dude? The right ventricle.
No, you got it.
The aorta.
Actually, that's funny you say it. It's everywhere.
It's the whole heart.
The whole heart.
The whole heart, dude.
Love goes everywhere for Melo.
All right, so Mike, are we gonna have that special guest that you were talking about or nah?
Yes, I think so.
Do you want to do it now, or are we doing it after?
Let me just give me 1 sec.
Do you want to get to America's pastime first, or
can we?
That means baseball, in case you didn't
No,
know.
we can keep going on basketball, right? Tony, you love that.
Dude, I love it so much, bro.
I got plenty of stuff here.
You should have seen Tony.
It should be the basketball port.
Yeah, you should have seen Tony when we were talking about teams the other day. He's like, yeah, they're in the playoffs, right?
Yeah,
no.
I think every team I was saying they're out, like completely done, and they're like, no, they're like,
yeah,
in the playoffs. I don't care, dude. I don't care. The playoffs, play-in games. What are we, middle school?
I guess we'll just move forward. He's not responding yet, but if he does, we'll just get him in.
Yeah, dude, sounds good. All right, let's move on to the sport that really everyone wants to see here. We're going to take a look in the world of the Major League Baseball.
Giving chase at Judge, and he dives into the stand.
DeGrom begins the season with an overpowering strikeout of Ronald Acuna.
The wall is gone! 3-run home run! What's going on here? I love it. He drives one to the moon. High, deep, and very gone.
All right, so let's get started with some baseball, baby.
Love Tatis.
Well, you gotta love Tatis, dude. What a great guy, huh? A showman, Michael.
A showman of sorts.
A showman of sorts and such. And so we're gonna start off as we typically do with the New York Yankees. They beat the Tampa Bay Rays last night 1-0. Gino's pumped.
Look at him.
He's wearing the hat. He's got a new desk ready to go.
Yeah, got the pinstripes on his shirt too.
The Yankees are now taking 2 games from the Rays in this series. Very low scoring game, obviously 1-0. Not a lot of hits at all. But I mean, with a performance from the Yankees pitchers that you see, I mean, Garrett Cole, 8 innings, dude. I thought he was honestly going to go in there for a 9th, but he only gives up 4 hits, no earned runs, 12 strikeouts, 0 walks. His ERA is now down to a 1.37. What?
Sorry.
Cole's strikeout to walk ratio is 78-3 right now. He became yesterday the 4th fastest pitcher to reach 1,500 strikes on his career, which I mean is a great milestone for him. I mean, I guess let's toss to Gino now, our Yankee specialist behind Barnes. What did you see last night? What did you love?
Well, it's okay. It's okay. Barnes is probably more of a Yankee specialist than I am.
He does.
What did I see last night? I saw Garrett Cole being Garrett Cole. He's been phenomenal.
Living legend.
He's been phenomenal for the Yankees really all year. And this is the Garrett Cole that the Yankees signed to that contract, right? He's getting out there and he just shoves he's in the zone every single time. Even when he doesn't have it, he's still going 7 innings, striking out, 8 or 9. He has been phenomenal. I think the only game he lost this season was the first one against the Rays. I think it was the Blue Jays in the first game of the season.
Really?
We talked about this already, though? We might have talked about this already. Yeah. We did talk about this already. But yeah, still, I mean, he's lost 1 game. But every other, I mean, he's looked phenomenal in every single game he's pitched in. 8 innings. This is probably one of his best starts this season. Only giving up 4 hits, striking out 12, especially in the position that it was in. He really needed to be Garrett Cole today because the Yankees bats were not, or last night because the Yankees bats were not hitting. And in an important game because the Yankees don't win at the Trop. So they get 2. Now I think they're in second place now. I believe 2 games behind the Sox right now, who they don't play until I think June. The first weekend in June, they're 1 full game behind the Red Sox. They play 2 less games than the Red Sox. So 2 wins on a couple Red Sox off days would pull them tied with them. So it's heating up for the Yankees right now. Heating up, which is good.
Yeah, man, you do love to see it, but you touched upon their bats kind of lacking last night. We had LeMay, who was 0 for 4, Stanton 0 for 4 as well, with getting struck out 3 times. You saw Judge there with 3 hits, which was nice. He's also making some nice plays defensively. Mike, Boyd 0 for 3. We know he just came back. Higgy was 0 for 3. I mean, are you a little worried about their bats? You think, this was just kind of like an off night because they kind of obviously we've
win's
seen the Yankees.
Win.
I mean, a win is a win, yes, but we've seen the Yankees start off.
You want to gut them out
at the plate, but obviously, they've heated up recently. I mean, do you think they're kind of cooling off again, or what?
So
how do you shoot a bow and arrow? I got this, Gino.
What are you talking about?
How do you shoot a bow and arrow, Tony?
How do you do it, dude?
It has to be pulled back in order to go forward. Just like the Yankees hitting. They're getting pulled back. You think they're trash just to get forward and hit some bombs, bud. Bang. You're welcome, Gino.
Thank you.
What do you think?
I appreciate it.
I took the words out of his mouth.
Do you like the analogy?
Yes. I honestly, I don't even know what to say right now because Mike was so intuitive in that analogy. But I mean, I think the one thing also is that there's a couple things. So obviously they're dealing with the COVID testing.
There's a couple things.
Obviously they're dealing with the COVID situation that's going on in the clubhouse. I'm sure that's taken a lot of, their minds away from the game, I'm sure, and just making sure that they're okay and making sure everybody in the clubhouse is okay and figuring out, what they need to do moving forward. Also, the opener is often kind of made fun of, which I don't really like the opener either. But it does. The reason it works so well in some instances, and the reason it's worked so well for the Rays, is that the Yankees can't prepare for one pitcher. They prepared for Colin McHugh, who went out there and pitched 2 innings, and then they faced Ryan Yarborough, they faced Thompson, Springs, and then Head in the final 7 innings of the game. So, it does throw you off a little bit. You have to be prepared for anything that anybody throws at you, whereas opposed to in a typical start, you're going to get probably 5 innings, which is at least two at-bats, or at least 2 at-bats against another opposing pitcher. So that is a little difficult to prepare for. Plus, you never know who they're going to throw out there in an opener. It could be some guy you haven't seen before. So I think that plays into a little bit. We'll see how they do tonight against Rich Hill. But I think they're fine. I think they'll be fine. Also, the Trop sucks, so I'm not really doing anything they do.
And of course, when they have the pitching that the Yankees have, you got to talk about Chapman last night.
Oh my gosh. The guy, did you see him meditating before?
Oh yeah, dude.
Getting in the freaking zone, baby.
He's been dialed in all season. He hasn't. I would bet that he probably. I have to go through his stats right now, but I'm interested to see how many hits he's given up in the season so far. In the season so far, he's given up 4 total hits in 15 innings pitched. Only 1 run. It wasn't an earned run, and he has 31 Ks to 5 walks. So really about as good as we could have from Chappie right now. So,
you literally cannot get any better, dude.
No.
He has a 0 ERA.
You love to
9
see
saves.
it from Chappie.
Like, you do love to see it. And honestly, dude, last night it comes in the 9th, when we 1-run lead against the Rays. We've seen this before, dude. He was even struggling with some location a little bit. And I thought he was going to lose it, dude. I really did.
Well, you know what?
I think that's the other reason. Go ahead, Mike.
No, I was just saying he didn't.
Oh, thanks, Mike. I didn't know he didn't.
The other reason I think, it's very in your very recent memory, the last time Cole hit the mound, went 7 innings against the Astros, and then it got blown in the 8th inning.
Right.
So I think that's another reason they probably sent, Cole out there for another inning, because they were like, at least let's get to Chappie. Let's get him on the mound because we feel more confident in him and how he's been pitching. Because in all reality, Garrett Cole should not have had a no decision in the last game. They should have finished that one out. That he went 7 innings. So, but a good all-around performance, and they get the Rays again tonight. Hopefully they sweep them. That would be fun.
That would be
see how they wouldn't, like at this point, the momentum's in their favor. And, the Tampa Bay Rays is a team that they've kind of struggled against historically. And we got Taillon on the mound tonight, dude, who's been looking pretty nice. So
and he loves New York pizza.
No. Taillon Walker was the one.
Oh, my bad. Dude. We'll talk about him in a little bit, though. Don't worry.
We'll talk about, exactly. In a little bit, we'll talk about him. But even so, Taillon probably still loves New York pizza.
Oh yeah,
he got it.
Big coffee guy. He's like one of those big. He
like
loves coffee. Yeah, loves coffee.
Me too.
How does he take it? You know how he takes it?
Whoa.
I don't know. He's like big on all those different types of coffee. He's like,
get your head in the freaking gutter, dude. Sorry, out of my corner, Mike.
Other fist. There we go.
No, it gets confused. Camera.
He's one of those Colombian coffee guys, like that loves like the Colombian or the like the different places coffee. I don't know what's going on your screen, Tony, but right now,
how you doing? Oh, that's fire,
right? This guy. Look at this guy right here.
Oh, you love
you
this.
You should do like a meditation or like a psychic thing, and that would be a perfect thing for that.
I could do the whole show with myself, dude.
All right, back to sports.
All right, dude. So but
get back to sports, please.
Before we move on to the Mets, real quick, you think Yankees are sweeping? What score do you have, dude?
I think the Yankees
hit a home run finally, or not? Hoshel Torres. I think he has one.
Torres hit a home run the other day.
Is it? Maybe it is Urshela. Who has one home run in the whole season?
I think it's Torres.
Oh, Torres does.
Yeah. So do you want to? He's asking you, Gino. Are you going to expect to see more?
I think he's due for another one. He has one home run. Like, what are we doing?
He's due for another. He just hit one the other day. He went on Mother's Day.
Yeah,
So now
okay.
it's
I don't know if he's going to play.
now
When's
it's
he gonna
close
hit
to
another one? Father's Day?
Yeah, I was about to say it's close
Well, I
to
said it
Father's
first,
Day.
dude.
I wasn't gonna even.
He didn't play yesterday, so I don't know what the situation was there. So hopefully he plays today. But I think the Yankees win. I'm mainly looking. Honestly, I don't even care if the Yankees win tonight. I'm looking to see if Tyone pitches. No,
So
in all reality, it's about how well Tyone progresses today. That's the story. If Tyone goes 6 innings of no run ball with 7 strikeouts and 5 hits, and the Yankees lose it in the 8th inning or 7th inning or whatever, that's okay with me. We wrapped up the series already, and Tyone pitched well. I'd rather Tyone pitch well and see some more progression out of him than the Yankees go out there and win a shootout 8-7 or something like that, and he gives up 5 in 4 innings or something like that. So
I like it, Gino thinking ahead, and I mean the Rays so far in this series kind of have struggled behind the plate, so
yeah,
you would think Tyone comes out with momentum in his favor, that he kind of has a good outing. So of course we'll keep you updated if the lineup is announced yet. And we'll hopefully view a Yankee. It's not out yet. But you never know. It might come out any minute, dude. They're probably watching us right now. They're like, oh, dude, the Downtime guys want the lineup. Let's get it out there.
Like ASAP.
Aaron is actually texting me right now. Hold on.
Now we know we're lying, dude.
Yeah, no, we don't talk to Aaron.
We don't talk to him.
If it was Joe Torre, then I'd talk to him.
He's a nice guy, dude.
Love Joe Torre.
Yeah. Good guy.
What?
Met Joe Torre.
You met him before?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah. I was in a scrum interviewing him.
We were what?
I was in a scrum of reporters who were interviewing him.
Oh. Wow. That's pretty dope. Did you get a question in?
Did you get a quick elbow to someone?
No.
You had no questions. You didn't talk to him. Did he look at you?
I personally did not. No.
You should have said, my name's Eugene.
Hey, I'm Eugene.
Like Andy, you had it.
You would have thought of Andy and then looked at you.
My name's Eugene. I'm your biggest fan. Can I get a question? All right, so let's move on here. Enough with the shenanigans here. Yesterday, the Mets beat the Baltimore Orioles 7-1. I mean, the storyline here was Matt Harvey's return to Citi Field. I think it was his first time on the mound at Citi Field in over 3 years. I mean, we all know the story of Matt Harvey, right?
No.
What?
No, I never heard of Matt Harvey.
Essentially,
I honestly don't.
Matt Harvey back in
2015,
2014,
2014, 2013, 2013,
between 2012 and 2015, he was the Mets ace. He was a homegrown pitcher. He was phenomenal, and he propelled the Mets into the World Series 2015. They did not win. But after that year, I think 2014, he missed the whole season due to Tommy John. Comes back 2015, throwing heat, no issue with his velocity. But from there, I mean, he's had a couple injuries from there. I think he had some type of spine injury, right? I don't know the medical term.
And he also has
he had a nose injury as well. What?
They said it 90 times on the broadcast.
Oh yeah,
thoracic Jurassic Park syndrome.
Yeah, it was like thoracic something.
Thoracic syndrome. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough. Words are hard sometimes. Medical. I didn't go to school for that, dude. Anyway, after 2015, he just had a spiraling
thoracic
decline.
Outlet syndrome surgery.
Thoracic. Yeah, right. Like, who wants to say that?
I'd be scared
thoracic
for my life.
outlook surgery.
Am I gonna die?
Yeah,
it sounds scary, dude. So obviously, injuries. He struggled for the Mets. Eventually, the Mets part ways with him, and I think he went to Kansas City. I think he was on St. Louis, and he just kind of never found himself. And then eventually, he went into the minor league for the Orioles. Still kind of struggling, but eventually started a mini comeback. Now is pitching for the Orioles in the major leagues once again. A little bit of a comeback story. However, yesterday, I mean, those 7 runs we have were all earned runs against Harvey.
Oh,
yeah, he went 4 innings, maybe 5 innings. Not great, dude. Let's see. He went 4 1/3 innings, giving up 8 hits, 7 runs. Like I said, 7 earned runs, 1 walk, only had 4 strikeouts.
Yikes.
So, I mean, obviously not the ideal outing you want from him for Baltimore.
Good day.
You know what, man? Don't kick a man when he's down, Mike. You know?
Good.
Yeah, dude. Bad job, Mike. Bad on you, dude.
Hey, I mean,
Get out of my
you got
corner,
to either win or lose, baby.
So I mean, and they had the interview after the game with him. I mean, the fans give him a standing ovation as he walks onto the mound for the first inning, and he was talking about how what type of emotions he was feeling. He had to hold back tears, he said. So obviously, even going into this game, you knew it was going to be emotional for him. You knew there was adrenaline pumping. You knew he was going to have some nerves, and
I'm disappointed.
It seems that the adrenaline kind of worked against him. I mean, he's done well. He's probably had one of the best starts of the season in the past, 6 years for sure. And you just saw him, maybe not really throwing what he normally did this season. Normally you see him switching up velocity, changing up pitches, keeping the batters on their toes at the plate. But it seemed he just kept throwing heat. The Mets were sitting on it, and it was just hit after hit after hit. I don't think he didn't really give up any home runs. I don't think.
No.
It was just all, men getting on base, batters bringing them in, which, I mean, you love to see from the Mets because we haven't done that very often this season. But,
ever.
I wouldn't say ever, dude. But yeah, and then at least on the Mets side, I mean, Walker had a tremendous outing. He goes 7 innings, only gives up 4 hits, 1 earned run,
New York pizza,
only 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. And you got to ask yourself, like, what are they putting in the pizza, dude?
Yeah,
water.
It's
water, dude. See, in Connecticut, you have Connecticut water.
Yeah.
In New York,
you have New York water.
there's a difference.
And the
You
water,
see?
and the water goes to the dough, and the dough is the whole fucking thing.
Yeah. Oh my God!
Oh,
Shout out
man.
Matthew Gabriel.
So yeah, dude. I mean, you have a good outing by the Mets, a terrible outing by the Orioles. I mean, the game kind of writes itself basically. And, you love to see the whole team hitting for the Mets. Dom Smith was 3 for 4. You even see Lindor gets a hit, 1 for 4, not ideal. But, I mean, his batting average is creeping up. I think a couple of weeks ago, it was like a 154. We are now at a 202. And he also continues to make some nice defensive plays. So now, I don't know what Mike was talking about when he said Lindor was done. Whatever, dude. Conforto
Don't worry about it.
is having a Golden Glove season out in right field, man. I mean, you love to see the defense from him. And as I mentioned before, I mean, the bench for the Mets is it's phenomenal. I mean, we have Nito came in for McCann. He went 0 for 4, but he was great behind the plate. Peraza at second base for McNeil, who went 2 for 4. PR in at center field. He's killing it. And VR as well, playing third base for Nimmo. I mean, we have several starters out, and the bench is just absolutely killing it for the Mets. So you kind of love to see that. Yeah, Gino, anything to add for the Mets and how great they are?
No. The Mets looked really good. They're on fire right now. Apparently, all they need is a raccoon to run through their dugout.
Oh, typical, dude. You and Barnes. The Mets are at 6 in a row now, dude. It's phenomenal.
7, I thought. I thought yesterday was 7.
It might be 7.
You don't even know your own team.
It's just
dude.
there's so many wins.
Pathetic.
It's hard to keep track of, dude. It's so hard to keep. Yeah. So, 7 in a row for the Mets, dude. You love to see it. Doesn't go for that double digit. They're off tonight. Tampa Bay coming up now. Tampa Bay, hopefully getting banged up again tonight by the Yankees.
But what if they use it as fuel to take you guys out?
They're gonna think they're gonna do that. But it's not going to happen, dude.
You guys are going to get Glass now at some point.
We are going to get Glass now, I think. And I think we're starting off the series with Peterson on the mound. Because,
Sounds like a recipe for disaster for you guys.
I mean, dude, you never know. Peterson, he could have a good outing, Hopefully, maybe. But hopefully we have bats there to kind of back him up. So, I mean, I could be, you never know at this point. Peterson has been so inconsistent. But you never know. Hopefully, it is good, a good outing, a good game.
Yeah,
they win.
I hope the Mets do well because it'll take a lot of the attention off of Jared Glenn coming up from the Mariners and probably tearing it up for the Mariners, and then Mets fans being really disappointed that Edwin Diaz, Jared Glenn is good.
You know what, dude? I would think you would just be on my side because Mets win with Tampa Bay loses, good for the Yankees, But no.
No, yes. No, in all reality, we would be on your
suffer,
In all reality, we are on your side.
I am.
I don't even know who the Yankees have this weekend. So, they have Texas this weekend, I think. So,
I even have.
The Rangers, dude. That's guaranteed wins right there, dude.
Yeah, Barnes just saying the next 2 series, you want to see them have at least 1,000 home runs.
Yeah. At least 20.
40 from Joe.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right. Do you guys have any last minute
baseball
comments for baseball before we move on here?
I have an intro song though for our special guest.
Oh yeah, you have it ready to go?
We have a soundboard.
Very special guest for you guys today, coming in talking some hockey as they begin to start the playoffs.
Hold on a sec. This is I think I might have downloaded the wrong song, but whatever.
We have Emmy Award-winning Trevor
here it is.
Thompson.
Hey, you're an award winner too, Tony boy. You're an award winner too, Tony boy. You know what I'm saying?
How are we doing, bro? It's been a while since you've been on the show.
Hey, we're doing good, man. Just maintaining every day. Just taking it day by day. You know what I'm saying? What about you guys? How's everybody doing today?
I think we're doing great, guys.
Yeah, it's
phenomenal,
it's
bro.
sunny out.
Thanks
Beautiful
for coming
day.
on.
Thanks
Thursday,
for coming on.
Sports,
You here? Yeah, man. So I guess real quick, I mean, obviously, based on what you're wearing, we know your team affiliation. People at home know your team affiliation.
Had to let that be known early on.
How pumped are you for the playoffs, and what do you expect to see as we kind of get into it?
I'm stoked. This is going to be a great playoffs, man. I mean, just the Capitals alone, man. I'm so happy. I'm just excited to see what they can do. We have a lot of old veteran guys who won cups in the past, so I'm just excited to see what they can do. We got a couple young, new, hungry teams in there. The Wild are in there. The Colorado Avalanche are in there. The Florida Panthers made the playoffs this year under Joel Q. He turned that whole franchise around. They're looking good. They're the number 2 seed. So I think it's going to be a really, 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 really fun playoffs here. Connor McDavid's back in the playoffs. Kirill Kaprizov is probably Calder Trophy winner. He's going to be in the playoffs. We're going to see what he's going to do. Then you have Colorado, who's one of the best offensive teams. Get to see Nate McKinnon, Cale Makar. Get to see what they can do. And then you got some great matchups here. And during the regular season, the battles throughout the division were pretty good. So the battles in the playoffs are going to be really, really, really tight and tight checking. It's going to be really fun. NHL playoffs are fun. Probably the best playoffs in sports, in my opinion.
So Trevor, I got a question for you because this is obviously the question on everybody's minds. The Canadians have the best goalie in all the world. They have Cole Caulfield.
Sure, yeah.
Explain to me how the Canadians will probably end up winning the Stanley Cup this year.
This is what the Canadians have to do. Carey Price.
He just needs to stand at his head every single game.
It's all Carey Price, man. It comes down to him, but everybody knows that. They're gonna need some scoring. They got some good players. Tyler Toffoli has really had a breakout year. We all knew he could have been a good talent based on what he did with the LA Kings. But the Canadians are a team that's very balanced. I think when they need to score goals, they can score goals. When they can play defense, they can play defense. But like I said, it's going to come down to the goaltending, and I think defense. I think they have to play like maybe a nice little trap here and get those speedy guys going, just so those defensemen can have some help back there, and then Carey Price can have some support as well, because that's who you're going to play around. You're going to play around your best player, and that's Carey Price.
Right. I mean, I think they face off against the Maple Leafs, right, in the first round.
Yeah, Gino, I was going to ask you about that. Maple Leafs Canadians, man. It's
when's
the last time you've seen this?
They didn't look good against the Maple Leafs really all season, but specifically recently.
The Devils didn't either, bud.
No one cares about the Devils. Don't worry about it.
That would be all right.
Listen, I mean, the one good thing about the Canadians, before we get off this, because really nobody cares about the Canadians, is that they are young. So there is that naivety, I guess is what the word is.
Naivety.
So, yeah, maybe they just go out in there with – I mean, they have nothing to lose, so who knows? Right. You never know. So I'm interested also, Trevor, to hear your opinions. This isn't playoff talk, but it is big NHL news. Your opinions on what the Rangers are doing right now in terms of firing everybody on their staff. Did you think it was right to fire David Quinn? Thoughts?
Oh. First of all, I have to show the jersey I have on because I I'm sorry. This is number 43 here for the Capitals.
Oh,
Tony, I'm so sorry about this, buddy. But yeah, it's very
jerseys,
surprising to
bro.
me because the Rangers. Yeah, I'm sorry, dude. But but yeah, the Rangers are. I thought they were a really solid team that were really building something nice there. They scared me. They were a team that just wouldn't go away, and they would fight and claw, and they had the talent to stay in games with bigger teams. And then the goaltending wasn't bad, and it was just like Dan Quinn seemed like he had a system that these guys were really getting acclimated to and started to like a little bit more. Adam Fox was a Norris Trophy candidate for most of the year. So everything was kind of surprising to me. I know the statement, that came out and whatever wasn't the best thing to do, but firing everybody when your team is really looking up right now, I don't know. But I guess they're a younger team to where as though you can bring in a new coach and maybe they can learn his system and take it up from there. But I really thought Dan Quinn was doing a good job, and so was the GM with acquiring the young talent that they have with Kravtsov, and he was going to be coming up next and stuff like that. But yeah, I think personally, I don't agree with firing everybody. I thought it was a little overboard just based on with the trajectory the Rangers, I thought they were going to go. I thought they could be a really solid team in like the next 3 years, could be contending and just be, consistent as a great team. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't think it granted everybody being fired, including the coach. He was just sticking up for his players. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because to be honest, Tom Wilson, he's a whirling dervish and he's off the chain sometimes. So, you got to stick up for your players and show that you care about your players. And that's what the Rangers tried to do. Regardless of what the league thinks about it, you have a guy out here who's basically out here just hurting people. You know what I mean? And just doing what he wants. So the statement, I understand it. I understand it all. I don't understand the firings at all. I was pretty shocked, to be honest with you.
Well, I know that Quinn has also had a winning record in his 3 seasons there overall. And like you said, I think now is I don't know what your opinions are, Tony. I know that you guys talked about this a little bit yesterday too. But for those maybe who didn't watch yesterday, you kind of have to fire him now, or it's kind of detrimental to the team if you don't. Right now I think the window starts to open up now for the Rangers. Okay. So you either fire him now or you kind of got to ride him out because there's a point when it becomes detrimental to fire the coach in the middle of if he keeps rebuilding and then it could stall the rebuild or stall the window that they have or close the window if they change coaches in the middle of all of that. So. Maybe it's just more of a, we need to do it now rather than, we want to get the right guy in for this push.
Yeah. I feel like Quinn was a guy that really had his team playing the way he wanted to, which is so surprising to me because this season they were battling for playoff spots and there were times where they were high, there were times where they were just really scoring goals and looking like a team that could really be good, as they develop more and to start to figure out the game a little bit more. But like you said, if you're going to do it now so you can get a new guy in there with the new players so they can learn his system and continue to grow and maximize the potential that they have. So, yeah, I do agree with that. But, man, that's tough. I really thought the Rangers were they scared me this season. We couldn't beat the Rangers. The Rangers were kicking our ass this whole year. And I was we're a good team.
Yeah, and it's like a rebuilding year, like you mentioned, we had a lot of young players. Players who had to adapt quickly and to learn how to play with each other, and I think David Quinn kind of accomplished that as much as he could this season. But obviously, an unfortunate end to their season. I mean, I don't think it could have gotten any uglier as it did. So, I mean, hopefully they bring in a new guy that these players could adapt to. I mean, you would think. I mean, yes, they've been playing well together, but I mean, any change in coaching, it's going to take time to adjust, and hopefully it doesn't hurt the kind of momentum going to the next season. But I guess we'll kind of see. I mean, we kind of, joked around that maybe Mark Messier would be coaching behind the bench, but I mean, we'll kind of see what happens in terms of who they're going to.
Coaches out there. That's the thing about the NHL. One coach gets fired and then he gets hired. There's like a coaching carousel. There aren't many new coaches that come in, but they do. But most of the coaches are coaches who've been there and who've won and stuff like that. So maybe the Rangers would get somebody like that. But I really thought Dan Quinn was pretty good.
Right.
Sports.
Yeah. And And I guess, yeah, definitely not John Tortorella, dude.
No, not with Kako and all those guys in it. Panarin, we already been with Panarin though. That's the connection though, Panarin.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. And as much as I love to see Tortorella in the post-game interviews, I don't think it'll be the best fit for the Rangers at this point.
I agree.
But I guess that I got to ask this. I mean, we have the Capitals against the Bruins.
I'm stoked.
You're stoked? You have a good feeling about that?
It's not more of a good feeling. It's just that I want to play these guys. It's just the team that I want to see. It's the team that we have to play based on what happened during the regular season. So I'm happy. I'm ready to get after him. And I think we're the better team here. I think we have more depth. But man, that first line that Boston has, it's pretty nasty. They call it the perfection line for a reason, because they're damn near perfect. They do everything the right way. And then they're led by Bergeron, who's phenomenal, who's always a Selke Trophy candidate for his defense and offensive production. So I mean, the Bruins are a solid team. It comes down to goaltending for me. We have young goalies. They have Tuukka Rask. If we can find a way to just get, just kind of push through there and try to take the stress off our goalies a little bit more, I expect Laviolette to kind of just do like a 2-1-2 or something like that, to just kind of slow down that perfection line and just check them really hard, and to just trying to get back on the counterattack using the skill that we do have, like Anthony Mantha, who's really good on the rush, and Ovechkin, we know what he can do, and Oshie, he has great hands and stuff like that. So I think it's going to come down to that. To be honest, it's going to be a hard series. These are the type of series that go 7. But I think we can pull it out in the end based on I think we just have a little bit more. But like I said, the goaltending is what kind of worries me right now when it comes to that matchup for the Capitals, at least.
Beat them up.
Cool, man. Obviously, sorry, go ahead, Gino.
No, I just beat the Bruins. Love that.
Yeah, gotta beat them.
Oh yeah, love that.
Get the Bruins
on
them.
And obviously, I mean, as the playoffs kind of start and progress, I mean, we'd love to have you on more often. I'm not sure. I know you're a very busy man, Trevor. Obviously, we'd love to have you on to talk some more hockey and stuff like that. If you're down,
of course.
Trev,
of course.
last thing, Trev, if you had to predict right now, who you got?
I like Colorado. And the Capitals. I think those are the Stanley Cup. I think that's what it's going to come down to. But the Penguins are hot, and the Penguins always find a way. So it's like, as the Capitals fan of me, it's like, all right, the Penguins are here.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But like, I think
Colorado.
Either going to be Colorado. I think it's Colorado, Vegas in the West final, and I'm going to say us and maybe like.
Well, no, man, isn't it the system? Don't you have to get out of your division and then?
Yeah, you gotta get out of your division. So it's like I think Colorado is going to be. I think Colorado is going to be there. I really like Colorado a lot. They just have to figure out how to play defense better, and when the playoffs is tight checking. So you have to keep an eye on Vegas. Vegas is really stout. They're the best team right now. But I think the Capitals, based on their experience, they have 13 guys who won the Stanley Cup on their team. So I think their experience will carry them a far way, hopefully. And I think Colorado, just being that young, kind of reminds me of like the old Capitals, but I think they're better defensively, and I think they could do a little something. They could be a little dangerous. You got McKinney, McCarr. They got what you need. They got the big three. They got the offensive guy. They got the defensive guy, and they got the goalie who's been playing pretty well. So yeah, I think they're a solid team as well.
Awesome, dude. Well, I mean, thanks again for coming on the show, Trevor. We always love to have you, and just hit us up whenever you want. Dude.
Oh,
appreciate you,
man. Love you guys, man.
Love you too,
dude.
Peace, bro.
Later.
That was awesome, man.
Yeah, dude. You love to, cover just more sports. I mean,
yeah, that's great.
And speaking of covering more sports, we have Tyson Fury coming up playing Joshua.
Not playing. They're fighting.
Fighting.
No, they're playing. They're playing.
They're going to play in the ring together.
They play fighting, dude.
Not these guys. These guys. No.
We have a match. What's the date? August 14th.
August 14th
in Saudi Arabia.
Yep.
And obviously, Mike is, I guess, our boxing specialist.
I've been waiting for this fight maybe for 4 years now.
How long?
4?
4 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
I want this. This is to be the boxing avatar. Tyson Fury has the other belt.
and Joshua has all of the other belts. So there's like different belts.
No, yeah, but what do you mean by boxing avatar?
Like
He just needs
you
to
have
get
all
one
the
more belt.
he has all the belts. So like
one belt.
when you yeah, exactly.
Well, not really.
Clearly you don't understand anything about that.
Dude, how do you shoot a bow and arrow?
Yeah, you're welcome. Now you know.
I'm never gonna use that ever.
So yeah, I'll tell you right now though, Tyson Fury's winning, and you're gonna see him.
How many
playing,
rounds?
4.
4 rounds?
Yeah.
Knockout?
Knockout? You think so? Oof.
Yeah, I don't think he could even step in the ring with this dude.
Holy shit.
I respect Deontay Wilder way more than
Joshua.
I think Joshua's soft. I think he's been ducking heavy fights his whole career. And I think if Andy Ruiz didn't like let the fame get to him after he knocked him out the first time, now he's back, by the way. He's been training with Canelo and everything, but he would have been done after that. He would have been out of it. He would have been done. And yeah, I'm excited for this. I'm excited for this fight because the Gypsy King this is his mission. Bang.
Bang. Bang. So that's it, dude.
That's it.
That's it.
Are
we
we
going
going?
to the fight? Are we
Yeah,
going?
we can go.
Where do you want to go, dude?
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
It's got to be relatively cheap, right?
Yeah, so cheap.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I guess we'll start our closing remarks here.
Yeah,
You guys have anything last words?
I'm excited to go to Saudi Arabia.
Me too. That sounds
Yeah,
dope,
I've never
right?
been there.
Neither.
Neither do I. I would never think I would be going there, to be honest.
And now we are.
And now we are. So stay tuned for that, guys, huh?
Yeah.
Where is he now? That is crazy.
yeah, right? We're going to be in the ring, dude, with
Yeah.
our cameras.
Well, the ring's in
Yeah.
the desert. It's just in the middle
Well,
of
because
the
they're going to be
The
playing.
ring's outside the desert?
Yeah.
That can't be right.
I'm going to stand on the top row.
That can't be right.
Yes.
We're going to bring a ladder. We're going to have a Money in the Bank match.
Wow.
While the match is going on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, dude.
What about
Love it. Wrestling in there?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? It's all play.
It's all play. Boxing's fake. Everyone knows that.
Well, now there's some of the boxing.
All right, Gino. I mean, of course, we're gonna have to thank you for joining us. You did great today, bro. I appreciate you making the time. I know you have a lot going on.
No, dude, it's awesome. I love being here. I'll be here at, once next week we're starting 10 a.m., Mike. Is that true?
Yeah. Yep.
So next week I'll be on significantly more because 10 a.m. is much better time for me. Tomorrow, hopefully I'll be on, but I'm not sure. So we'll see. But yeah, love you guys and miss you guys.
At all?
What's that?
Studio?
Yeah,
Tuesday?
next week, probably next Tuesday.
Let's go,
Woohoo.
dude. We'd love to have you in studio as always. And of course, it'll be the last time you're seeing me or anyone else really host the show because
Yeah, I'm not doing
starting tomorrow, dude. Barnes is back. He'll be hosting. He will be back. Brian
is
Barnaby.
back.
Which of course, I mean, I'm sure you guys all missed him. We missed him. And I guess, we'd like to thank all you guys for tuning in and dealing with us, pretty hectic week as we, tried to fill in for Barnes. I think it went really well,
we held
dude.
it together.
We just pumped out 60 minutes of some solid content, dude.
Yeah.
And we'd love to see it. I want to thank everyone for joining us. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share Downtime TV on all media outlets. That's YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We're on Twitch too. Love us everywhere because we love you guys. And we will see you tomorrow on Friday. Get excited, boys.
Yes.
Peace.
Peace.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do. Thanks again.